剣術を習得することは楽な道ではない。
Next cog in your wheel are your four walls. Up until this time, we've used your north arrow, your front wall that you're accustomed to, and of course, two corners. At this time, let's alleviate these corners right now and go to the cube instead. So, with that thought, we're dead center. I want you to zero in on your north arrow where your post-it is. And then look at the other four walls. The one to your right, the one to your left, and the one opposite of your focal point to the rear. We want to start now on your focal points working on the walls only. And we start clockwise. Going through these various cuts, remember that your grip must be firm, but your transitions must be supple. Continue to cut straight down in a vertical fashion and not at any angle. After your rope memory is set in, I'd like you to transition from the full, medium, and short cuts to a short cut, to a medium cut, back to a full cut. After you've completed your clockwise turning, setups, and of course your gravity casting, now I'd like you to switch over and go in the opposite direction, counterclockwise, facing your north arrow, the left wall, the back wall, your right wall, and then coming back up to your first focal point. Now, continue to go around in the same fashion you went clockwise, but making sure that your feet, your stance, your eyes, and of course your grip is smooth, supple, and true. Continue to set up, pulling into the direction of the turn with your dominant arm, making sure that you're setting up correctly. Again, I can't stress the importance on setting up before you execute your gravitational cut. Make sure that your foot patterns are always consistent. Remember, turn on a dime and not a 50-cent piece. Upon completion of the cut, turn 180 degrees to your rear and cut down again. Then come on back To your left, 180 degrees to your north arrow. Execute one in the opposite direction. Cutting down, turning 180 degrees, cutting down again, and then coming back 180 degrees. After you've become accustomed to your 180 degree turns, now begin 360 degree turns with two 180s. Turn to the back, and then back, continue in a clockwise fashion to the front. After you've become accustomed and accomplished on your basic gravity strikes, setting up to the four walls of your Miyamoto motor, let's take it on to the next stage. The next aspect to this next cog of the wheel in the Miyamoto motor is very important. Up until now, we've gone in a clockwise and counterclockwise fashion, striking or casting out to each wall, and then coming back to our north arrow or zero in. Zero in on your focal point, your posted, execute your cut, and then turn clockwise 180 degrees to your rear and executing another cut. Then reverse 90 degrees back over to this wall and make your cut. Again, turn forward or to clockwise 180 degrees and make a cut. And then turn backwards 90 for the cut. And then 180, cut. 90, cut. 180 clockwise, cut. 90 degrees counterclockwise, cut. And cut in a nice, smooth fashion with gravity speed. This is very, very important because now we're going to take this on to the next level. With a little bit more practice, I want you to look at this Miyamoto motor now as a four-cylinder engine. Now that you have the four walls to work off of, you're going to be casting out and striking either clockwise, counterclockwise, or reverse and forward, or forward and reverse, depending on what degrees you're dealing with. With the four-cylinder engine, though, you're dealing with 180 and 90 degree turns. Practice this until your rote memory sets in. Before we go on to the next cog in the wheel of the Miyamoto motor, we must maintain that this part of it, your four-cylinder engine, is running smooth. Running smooth to one person compared to running smooth to another person is a little bit different. But running at gravity speed should be best for all. And that is, again, setting up quick, making sure everything is positioned, and then casting out with gravity. If your motor still feels a little rough, let's go over a couple of things that you might have forgot. First is, where are your eyes? Second is, where is your hand? Is your lead hand pulling the sword over your head, or is the following hand pushing it? Are your feet into position? Are you turning on a dime or a 50-cent piece? That is very important, because if you're turning on a 50-cent piece, you're going to sort of whirl yourself off of your base. Keep a real tight base, keep a real straight back, cast out with gravity, and make sure that your Miyamoto motor is now becoming smoother and smoother and smoother, which means that the smoother you become, the more repetitions you can do per minute, or more revolutions in a minute's time. So if you can do 25 revolutions in a minute, it's great. But if you can get in there and do 40 to 50 to 60 revolutions a minute and setting up consistently, that is very challenging. But your swordsmanship will become that more consistent.
剣術を習得することは楽な道ではない。